Fan Zhendong and Wang Chuqin at the World Champs in Chengdu, and now he's starting it off with the serves. Love all.
Great start there from Tomokazu Hanamoto. We know he's vocal. He does it to relax himself. And already getting that backhand into play, and the forehand looks much improved of Hanamoto.
It'll be interesting for me to see, as a player who's played the ball a little bit more flat over the years, I think since he's bulked up, he's added much more variation to his spin game, especially on his forehand.
Definitely, the physicality and rotation coming through is amazing.
Good long serve here, no question about who the crowd is behind in this match. Home court advantage for China's Wang Chuqin.
Let 1, 2.
We'll have a lot to talk about with the backhand of Harimoto over the table, but let's see how patient he is. Interesting. You can see him starting to move, looking to get that backhand in, and then forced into a passive shot.
It's also interesting now, Hanamoto is the only player who Wang Chuqin has lost to this whole month.
That is interesting.
2, 3.
I feel like Wang Chuqin will really be wanting to be pressurizing the Hanamoto forehand. As much as the Japan's #1 forehand has improved, he can sometimes freeze up and become a little bit passive on it.
The fight is real here. Every single point. It's a best of 7. All the table tennis we've had in the month of October, we've been treated to a whole bunch of goodness. Tough way to win a point, but Harimoto able to counter, get in position, and stop the step around of Wang Chuqin.
That's the shot there in that position in the rally, but Hanamoto would not have been able to play that level of forehand, I'd say about a year ago. The counter and loop-to-loop game has been much worked on.
Let 3, 4.
Step around, but pays for it, goes for broke, and ends up with nothing left. Harimoto holding the shield high to block it back. Take another look.
All cards on the table, but an ace block. It's an expensive forehand, Wang Chuqin, but he can afford it because it doesn't normally come back.
Normally he can afford it. Ooh, catches the edge here, but a slow spinny one. Harimoto in that situation, by choosing to spin it a little bit more, will have time to recover should the ball come down clean and come back on the table. Now this is more of the punchier backhand that we've seen from Tomokazu Harimoto throughout his career. A little bit less spin, but more about the forward speed and staying close.
So ready, Hanamoto. His sights have always been set on the senior game. Won the World Junior Championships at, what was he, 13 years old or something, beating Cho Sung-min in the final. Didn't bother playing another one. He knew he was getting there in the seniors, and look at him now.
I think it's fair to say he's graduated quite early. Nice combination here, one deep to the corner and then the other on the step around down the line.
Yeah, being a one-trick pony in any sport really isn't great, apart from maybe horse racing.
Or pony tricking. They still have that event?
No idea.
6,
over the table here, Wang Chuqin gets in with the heavy spin. I was just thinking, you know, horses, ponies, they're so close emotionally. 6, 8 now. 2 points against serve on the receive, Wang Chuqin. 2 big ones to come. And a massive point here again. 3 points in a row where the server has not been able to take advantage of having the first shot in the rally. Maybe not quite as big of an advantage as in tennis, but in table tennis, still an advantage to have the serve first, or to have the serve at any moment.
Not overshadowing how good both servers are here. Both of them have such strong flicks. It kind of almost makes it more ambiguous as to who's going to win the point behind serve.
That's the point if you're new to table tennis. The flick is that shorter stroke from over the table, meaning that the receive game, even if you're not serving, is still very strong on both sides.
You see Hanamoto, they're really trying to play it wide from the forehand.
And he gets him to change his mind. Wang Chuqin starts to move in for a backhand, turns, sets up the forehand, and now it is 3 game points for Tomokazu Harimoto to take the first in this best of 7. Ooh, would not have been the first time we've seen him go around the net for a roller on a recovery. No need to hit the ball too high. You're out of position anyway. Keep it low, keep it quick and sneaky. 1 game point saved, 2 to go. And that's it, Tomokazu Harimoto. Will he get revenge? He's only lost 1 match in October. That 1 match was to his opponent currently, Tomokazu Harimoto, who also took the first game. So good start on his serve.
Wow, nice forehand in the backhand side, but I think it's the on-court demeanor of Hanamoto that makes him really tough to beat mentally, as well as his style.
Oh, a rip. It's all about that half-long shot. Wang Chuqin leaves it right at the baseline, so Harimoto, watch him. Ready to attack, nope, has to change his mind, and it's already too late. He pushes it back long, and the opening is there. Perfectly set up by Wang Chuqin. Much needed point here for Harimoto.
Yeah. I feel like both players are kind of baiting each other into playing flicks from the forehand side, and then they're getting them into the wide backhand.
Yeah, it's working out well. If you can ever get someone to play a backhand over the forehand side, there's just that much more ground to cover behind you. Oh, man. Flatter trajectory. Out of the first towel break here, Tomokazu down 2-4. A little bit off the top of the net here. It's funny, we haven't seen much success for anyone going corner to corner against Wang Chuqin like Tomokazu Harimoto, not even Ma Long.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, I think in the open rally, Harimoto's backhand can become a little bit flatter, which may be harder for Wang Chuqin to counter.
But keeps the spin on here for security over the table. It's interesting you brought up the mental aspect of potentially players struggling. I don't think I've ever heard from any of the players that they were bothered at all mentally by the choke.
No, I haven't heard that either. I don't know if they'll admit it anyway, but never heard it. And it's a very, very talkable subject online, as we know.
Right. I think YouTube comments are one thing. The professionals know how to play, and I think this is all part of the game.
And most pros couldn't use Harimoto's showing as an excuse because he beat them anyway. So it's, you know,
right.
Yeah.
Ooh, right back to where it came from. I was impressed that Harimoto earned himself this attack. And then even more impressive that Wang Chuqin could withstand this in the corner. Just keeps that racket so high. Even ready for it to come down one more time, he turns.
It's table awareness under that amount of pressure to still be able to think, not only how am I going to get this ball back, but where am I going to put it?
Jamming it up in the middle. You can see the head shake there. Harimoto not happy with where he ended up in that moment. 3-point lead here for Wang Chuqin. Different scoreline in game number 2. Ooh, I'm surprised. I mean, from this angle, we could see the arc on the ball. 2 big serves to come for Wang Chuqin. A lot of pressure, and as we've talked about, the more costly in terms of time, the more expensive stroke, that forehand takes longer to recover from. So Wang Chuqin insists on punching it back with the backhand and asking Harimoto to recover and do it again.
Wow. In a righty versus lefty match, both players have to play the lines well, because if you go the longer length of the table cross-court, you're going into your opponent's strength, the forehand.
Well, I guess depending on who takes it first and where you hit it from. If you hit it cross-court from the forehand,
yes,
it's just the opposite as well. So, a lot of thinking going on here between these two. Ooh, tight serve, heavy underspin. It's tough to describe. If you've never played with professional equipment, the feeling, when that much spin is on the ball, it wants to go straight down into the table as soon as you touch it. So you have to lift so much just to get it over the net. Interesting, a little more passive play after that spinny opener from Tomokazu Harimoto.
Yeah, didn't play the receiver. He really wanted the Harimoto, and the best thing he could do there was just block. I think it was just a little bit too predictable and not powerful enough.
Oh, that arm. I don't know how the shoulder stays in socket when he swings it back like that. I mean, obviously a lot of physical conditioning and training. It withstands the big shots here.
Dislocation, but look at dislocation into the middle of Wang Chuqin.
I see what you did there. I like it. 1 point between them now, 9 serving 8. A crucial one. You don't want to give the serves back at 9 points each after a lead. Ooh, top of the net and just long. 2 game points now for Wang Chuqin to even it up. Nothing evil here except for the amounts of spin, speed, power, and finesse that these players possess.
Love it.
Thanks. Cut me a beat. We're here in the final.
8, 10.
Time and a place.
That's right. That's right. 8 serving 10, 2 game points against him now, Harimoto. Right down the line, smoke signal, just trails behind that one. Untouchable. Players back to the table for game number 3. Wang Chuqin on screen, if you know what I mean. Tomokazu to start it off with the serves. And a quick step around forehand. It's what he deserves. Works hard out here.
What interested me about the finishing point of the last game was how both players were reverting to tight backspin serves in the tight moment, rather than playing loose.
Always going to be tough when you get pushed behind the table against Wang Chuqin. I mean, Harimoto's been outstanding in the blocking game, but it's got to be the toughest player to block against. Again, Wang Chuqin, dangerously aggressive, even on the run. Doesn't hold back. And a long serve, but a patient Harimoto waits and takes the opening attack instead of moving in for that banana flick receive.
And the one left-handed player that I think that Harimoto hasn't beaten, that's Chuqin. I think he's beaten all the rest at the very top of the game. Freitas ball. Got you against Chin.
1, 3.
And in finals, Harimoto has had a good record against left-handed players. His first ever World Tour win against Ball at the Czech Open. Lin Go Yuen in the final of champions and the final of the grand finals.
2,
Bottle challenge style deep to the backhand and good underspin on it as well.
And I think he beat Uda as well in one of the finals, maybe Bulgaria Open. But he's really, really good record.
4, 2.
Another good start here at the first towel break. Wang Chuqin, some of the best, not necessarily. And the flick goes just long. The step around the combination. Beautiful play here as Wang Chuqin smothers that ball and takes it early off the bounce. Harimoto's going to have to be on the lookout to make it slightly less comfortable. When he predicts that Wang Chuqin is going to turn, he'll have to either go wider to the backhand or deep out to the forehand side just to keep it either out of reach or uncomfortable. And this one is both. It is out of reach and uncomfortable. I guess anything out of reach at this level will be uncomfortable.
Just a correction, Harimoto beat Yukiya Uda in the final of the 2020 Hungarian Open, not Bulgaria. It ended in an area.
5.
That was really, again, that big swinging arm from Harimoto here. It shows you, when he's been trailing, how important it is that he converts some points here to get in early.
And a 66% win rate against left-handed players.
Compared to, overall. And the flatter shots, the swinging arm once again. Look who's in front now.
Very interestingly, 67% overall win record, so left-handers don't affect him, it seems.
Only a slightly lower percentage, but so slightly that I think that's a fair claim. Not bothered by the unusual. So why do you think it is that he's so good against left-handed players? He's not bothered.
7,
That.
5.
Like Asia has the most full arm strokes of anyone in the world in any continent. Only a possible reason that he is so strong against left-handed players. I mean, Yukiya Uda, Koki Niwa, Junmi Zutani. There are no shortage of strong left-handed players that Harimoto's had years and years of experience playing against.
It's a great point.
Ooh, edge of the table here.
6, 8.
Take another look. Again, tight side spin, goes for the line from where he is. Just a bit of fortune. The ball, a good shot. Only has to touch the playing surface even the slightest amount. Ooh, doesn't come off the table.
7, 8.
ITTK.
It's an instant table tennis karma. Wow. It is instant. Next point, you get an edge. Then a net comes back. I mean, even in this rally, he recovered a net ball in that rally.
Yeah.
It says IITK as can be. IITTK as can be. Oh my goodness. This
9,
is like
seven.
Yukihara and Kasumi Ishikawa. This is like those old cartoons where they just fill a glove with coal and slap each other back and forth. It's like, now it's your turn to deal with some fortune on my side.
It's like Tom and Jerry, and these two might be the Tom to each other's Jerry for a long time in future.
That's right. Good angle on this
9,
one. Wang Chuqin
8.
testing the wingspan. Wang Hao in the crowd with world number 1 Fan Zhendong. Lin Gao Yuan with the frizz. Wow. Good crowd watching here at the last match of an amazing month. Look at the way he guides that ball, still adds side spin to it to make it bend out of reach. The master approves.
Let. 9, 8.
The strength in these rallies, the quality under pressure. We're still in the early parts of the match. It's game 3, but this is the best of 7, and they're as tight as can be.
Crazy how Wang Chuqin can add more pace onto a ball that seems like you couldn't hit any harder.
Times it just perfectly, closes the racket to counter the top spin and keep the ball from jumping up off the back of the opponent's side of the table. Again, when there's underspin on it, the ball naturally wants to go down off your racket. When there's topspin, it wants to come up quickly.
Let. 9, 9.
That's why it's so important to get experience playing. You need to play a lot. Practice controlling these spins. Business end here, 9 points apiece. And the tight
10,
serve.
9.
Harimoto trying to softly drop it behind the net, but it's Wang Chuqin for the first game point in this game. And the backhand follow-up. Wang Chuqin just one game closer. He won 3 times in 2019. Wang Chuqin only dropping 2 games total. At the end of the table, these players are playing some high-risk play between the nets and the edges consistently.
They really are. The more they practice, the luckier they get because they're aiming for the lines over and over again, day in, day out. It seems to have upped the ante Wang Chuqin with the forehand.
Smart placement in the middle there, in a fast rally. Harimoto found a way to stay on top. Wang Chuqin gets so much power on these shots. Look how quick he drops his racket.
Yeah.
Harimoto does something almost the opposite. He barely drops the racket. He just pulls it back a little bit.
You can't match Wang Chuqin power for power, so you have to be a compact player to have a chance of beating him, it seems.
1.
Agreed. Nice angle here. The spin comes in. Redirection there, taking his chances. I think you said it well. I mean, they are getting more and more precise, sort of feeling each other's spin. These are two players who did not warm up with each other for the final.
Exactly.
Not always the case. Top edge of the racket here. One gets away. A human moment for Wang Chuqin.
Hanamoto is one of the top men's players that shows that a long push can be as effective as a flick.
Right, and this one wasn't especially deep, but the placement was good. Wang Chuqin with a rhythm breaker there that he had to deal with coming in. One serving 3 now. Ooh, they keep living on that edge.
Table tennis gods are blessing both players.
Or Aerosmith. One serving 4 now.
4-2.
Pressure on the opening, and Wang Chuqin keeping himself close, keeping an eye on that scoreboard.
Great spin. Hanamoto takes the forehand just a little bit too late. He's gone, I think, for 3 pushes in a row, Hanamoto there.
And he's done well to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, he got up to 4-1 playing those pushes, so if you're specific in the touch game, it can be okay. It's intentional, divisive. Moved it off the top of the net on the last one. Harimoto trying to spin from behind the table, and Wang Chuqin driving on top of the bounce.
It's like a plane, horizontal wing. Backhand on the forehand, bat height stays at exactly the same level, and that's how you get the control and the consistency, even with the hard-hitting shots.
Whoa, fired up. I don't think we've heard that from Lionheart in quite some time. I mean, the last time we saw him play, he was playing against his predecessor, his idol, Ma Long. Look at the fire on this. I think that was a come on for the second one.
Was.
He does speak good English. So much pressure coming in.
Feeling with the Chiquita flick on the third ball there. Really wrong-footed Tomokazu. And then he comes in, Wang Chuqin with the forehand timeout call.
All 16 who qualified to be here. Back from the timeout, Wang Chuqin. Goes for broke, gets down to the ground to get around this one, and places it just perfectly for the point.
The knee on the floor there to make space for the forehand. Look at this. Leaning.
I like it. Top of the net on the counter, but so far 2 points in a row out of the timeout. In terms of knees on the ground, I mean, we felt the surface. In the practice hall, it's rough. If your knee hits the ground, I mean, it's not exactly a cheese grater, but it's somewhere in between normal floor and net. It's made not to slip. That is a thing of beauty right there. Chop block comes in, and the move, the entire Chinese camp saying, ooh, you done well, kid.
It's really hard to read where Wang Chuqin's backhand is going on the open-up, isn't it?
It is, especially considering how much power he can get. To have that much flexibility in the wrist as well, to keep that much mystery in your shot, that's what makes him so dangerous and a future world number 1. Again, the best you can do here is come out 3rd, which is still not too shabby in a month to start 11. I mean, the first event didn't affect his world ranking. The second one, he went from 11 to 7. Could go to 3 from there. Can't jump up 4 more spots from 3 in the world. Top edge here in the spin game. Wang Chuqin, again, has more of a forward drive motion, meaning a flatter shot than most of his teammates, but here plays 2 spin shots in a row, and right at the baseline, the second one.
You almost wonder where he'd be if he didn't have the 3-month ban. He's a hot head, but he's channeling it in the right way now.
I think that's what those 3 months did. Sort of like a little time in solitary confinement.
Yeah.
Some time to think about it. 3 months watching your teammates play, thinking to yourself, I can beat most of these guys, but I need to control myself so that I can actually represent Team China.
8.
And representing Team China isn't just about winning medals for them. It's about the persona and the way you carry the badge.
It's a great point. I mean, it's why we haven't seen the Anjin Kim here despite qualifying. The CTTA is saying you need to think about the way you behave because you're representing 1.4 billion and the best table tennis nation table tennis has seen. Tight serve here as Wang Chuqin gets closer to this finish line.
Same as the last game.
I was just thinking this. The scoreline's almost identical. If Wang Chuqin goes up 3-1 as Sun Yingsha did, Tomokazu Harimoto would have a Chun Meng-like task on hand.
The backspin serves come out in the tight moments, will it now?
Much
more floating.
Meaning less rotation on it, but a good handle on the receive, yet still it's Wang Chuqin to control the rally with that parallel backhand and a second one as Harimoto was expecting it cross court. Surprise, surprise. One of the most important elements of the game, and now it is 2 game points for Wang Chuqin to go up 3-1 over his defeater from the world champs a few weeks back. And the long push to set it up. It's a 3-1 lead. Back for game number 5, Tomokazu Harimoto. Down, but definitely not out, taking the first point here with a tight kick serve.
Well, if he can come back against Lin Guoyuan, he can come back against Wang Chuqin, although Wang Chuqin seems to be the kind of guy that won't lose from being so far up.
It's funny you say that, just based on history. And if you can come back against Lin Guoyuan, it's still possible, but it wouldn't necessarily grant you that you can come back against Wang Chuqin.
Of course.
3-0, Lin Guoyuan was leading when Harimoto won 4 games in a row.
Of course, we know Lingo, he might have shown vulnerability while being up as well in quite a few matches without being too critical.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. He has been vulnerable.
Love 3.
He has been exposed in tough moments, despite being one of the best players in the world. When it comes to pressure moments, there's still just a small piece missing there, but Harimoto here off to an excellent start with the first 3 points. And the shovel serve comes back.
1.
Harimoto has to play it slow and spinny. As soon as it comes off the table, Wang Chuqin with that unpredictable placement follows it up aggressively. A lot of work there, and it finds the net. A bit of frustration here as Harimoto's not able to take Wang Chuqin out of the points even on the blocking game. It's more than blocking, as we see in the replays here, though. Wang Chuqin always guiding the ball forward, always putting a little extra pace on. Harimoto with the soft hands. 2 serving 4. Almost saves.
3, 4.
I thought Wang Chuqin going right into the middle. Harimoto did a good job of getting the racket up in front of the elbow there, but you can see how uncomfortable it was.
It's a bluff there from Wang Chuqin, a player that we know has so much power, goes for a slow spinny one just to be able to set up the second one. Next shot in mind, Wang Chuqin.
4, 4.
His placement, the variation on the serves. We've seen him do that half long inside the table, and here he goes just a little bit deeper to the backhand side. Harimoto looking for that banana flick, but he was denied.
The jumper, the kicker serve.
Correct. No banana for you, sir. This string of points, Wang Chuqin wins this game. That is it. It is over. He's just 1 game away from the title. Took the title last week, says stay smart. Lion heart, not lion brain. Not to say that he's not smart, but when they come together,
4.
he plays with a lot of heart. And obviously plays quite smart as well. But needs that reminder from himself. Oh, what a counter. Tomokazu was in trouble there. Some hot water with the second big attack from Wang Chuqin. And he's able to guide that out cross court for the win.
Brilliant shot selection there from Harimoto. All he needs to do is keep the bat high and then just change the angle. He knows that there's a lot of pace coming in, so he uses it.
So dead even here in game number 5. The most effort we've heard out of Harimoto. I think a few points now in the last game. That's what this is now for these two. This is the final of the finals.
6, 6.
Made the finals again, Harimoto here.
Pretty thrilled with this whole experience.
7.
Couldn't have had a faster text about it, could they really?
Say that again?
Couldn't have had a faster text. Steamer went straight to the corner and texted
Oh,
them.
I thought you were talking about the last point. I was like, I don't know if I get the analogy here. Half long,
7,
what it's all
7.
about. If your opponent goes for the attack, make it uncomfortable. If they play a push, make sure it's late and deep on the table. Harimoto staying aggressive here, looking for his opportunities, but finds the edge, and frustration understandable.
Wang Chuqin is a stronger of the two against the half long because he comes over the table like a lot of left-handers do, stemming from the serve.
That
8,
shovel serve has
7.
caused some real trouble. Wang Chuqin just 3 points away. I mean, after the first match of the day, we've been getting used to some of these 7-gamers yesterday as well. It's up to Harimoto here. Big backhand from over the table. Rarely has he been able to sneak one past the wide forehand of Lionheart, but this one just really catching it early and keeping it low to the net.
Exactly. And I mean, the hook serve's been good for Wang Chuqin, but the only thing I can criticize about it is it's always been topspin, it seems.
That ball was so close to the edge, you could see Harimoto just watching it, staying there in case he had to get the racket up to save something. But that down-the-line shot paying off the surprise. Big here. Harimoto a chance to earn 2 game points. And the touch, the push game, surprise. This is what it's all about. And now 2 game points at the 3rd towel break. Tomokazu Harimoto playing to survive, point by point.
There was never any backspin at any time during that rally. Harimoto's serve is so well disguised. The best servers in the game go for the exact same. And look at Chinchijan's reaction there. Use your head, Dato.
That big head. Wang Chuqin, here we go, 8-10. And the game goes to Tomokazu. 3-2 he leads with the serves on his side.
1,
Gets
no.
Harimoto behind the table. Harimoto saying, relax, remain calm, do what you do. When you tense up, you can't move as fast. The muscle memory changes, and it's tough to play the shots under pressure that you've played time and time again so well.
Now,
Ooh.
2.
Some fire now. The fire within, the fire inside ignites, and Wang Chuqin lights up the first 2 points, converting them both. Again, that trajectory out in front, very forward. Chop block.
1,
we don't see
2.
that. I mean, we've seen a roller against Fang Zhendong recently around the net. We just saw a chop block. This is the touch and creativity that Harimoto has when he needs.
Wow, and that's what surprised Wang Chuqin. Normally it's either a counter, a compact counter, or a punch. Barely ever see that from Tomokazu.
3,
I
1.
mean, he's roaring. The Lionheart roars right now because this would mean a whole lot.
Have you seen a player roar so much from Team China since Zhang Jike? Is it a coincidence that they both got banned?
No, I think it's part of that. And this time the chop block, once again, the first time it was into the net, so Wang Chuqin lifts a little bit more. Maybe there wasn't as much underspin on this one. I mean, from here, it's just as much a guessing game for us as it is the opponent. Obviously, they can see the ball, they can see the contact of the racket, but if it was so easy, Wang Chuqin would have made the last two. Big point down the middle. Harimoto changed shirts. First chop block, he's missed. Nice recovery off the net there from Wang Chuqin. Just remember at the coin toss, it was blue and red, matching the shirt colors. Harimoto here. Had to go change for a dry shirt. No problem, players do that. 3 serving 4.
5, 3.
I mean, this is in survival mode. This is where Tomokazu needs everything to send this to the 7th. The reverse pendulum from that angle looked like it didn't even get over the net, let alone touch the other side of the table. 2 points in front now, Wang Chuqin.
Playing into Harimoto's strength to then exploit a weakness. It's very clever play from Wang Chuqin. The shovel serve's been good. Harimoto's flicking from the forehand side. Harimoto's got such a strong forehand flick, but we haven't seen it this match.
Right, I think a big part of that is the left-handedness. Meaning that Wang Chuqin, that forehand flick is very effective cross-court. And here, it's coming from a player who's already planted in that backhand corner.
Yeah.
So Wang Chuqin is likely to hit it back either middle or deep backhand on the table, but deep. And Harimoto's going to still be recovering from that over-the-table flick. Ooh la la, timeout. I think it's a good time for one. There it is, that point to the hand. It's a tee from some angle. Explosive in some senses, despite the power on the forehand. No timeouts left. Interesting because the push comes back long to the backhand immediately. And Harimoto, that's not an easy shot in the sense that he's baseline. It's a long push. But he gets the first opening attack there, and he's very patient. He's in position and able to play it on the parallel just down the line for the win.
So smooth.
Yeah.
Not an easy shot to play, as you say.
Broke the streak there after 3 in a row from Harimoto. The one that comes in a little bit soft, and Wang Chuqin right there.
Gets him into the crossover point.
7, 8.
But again, it's the patterns we're seeing, Adam. Harimoto wins the shorter exchanges, Wang Chuqin wins the longer ones. So how does Harimoto get himself over the table with a shot that he can play as a winner?
Specificity, intention. But there's a first for everything. Focus time for Wang Chuqin. Lionheart Company takes down Tomokazu Harimoto, undefeated 2 weeks in a row. The world number 7 becomes the world number 3.
大家好，这里是乐普体育，这是男单比赛2022新乡世界杯决赛赛后的颁奖仪式。中队王楚钦最后是4比2战胜了日本队的张本智和，拿到了新乡世界杯的男单的冠军。这一次战胜日本的张本智和之后呢，中国国乒也是守护住了我们的荣耀时刻。张本智和是获得了亚军。张本智和戴着口罩也看不到他的表情。行长梁德顺先生为亚军送上鲜花。Let's now invite Mr. Liang Deshun, President and Secretary of the Party Committee of the Henan branch of China Construction Bank Company Limited, to present the bouquet to the finalists. 有请新乡市委书记李卫东先生为亚军颁发由中国黄金特别提供的奖杯。Let's now invite Mr. 李卫东, Secretary of Xinjiang Municipal Party Committee, present the trophy provided by China Gold to the finalists. 张本智和接到了亚军的一个奖杯。新乡 WTT 世界杯决赛2022由中国建设银行呈现的男单冠军是 The Men's Singles Champion of WTT 来看一下冠军。Presented by China Construction Bank goes to 王楚钦也是众望所归。王楚钦这一战呢由世界排名第7，一下子是上升到了世界排名第3，仅次于马龙跟樊振东的后边。为冠军送上鲜花。Let's now invite Ms. Zhou Dao, WTT China Media Director, ITTM Head of Media Asia, to present the bouquet to the champion. 王楚钦隔着口罩也能看出来他非常的开心。有请河南省委常委、宣传部长王占营先生为冠军颁发由中国黄金特别提供的 WTT 世界杯决赛冠军奖杯。Let's now invite Mr. 王占营，王楚钦接过了冠军的奖杯。Director of the Publicity Department of Henan Provincial Committee of the CPC, to give the trophy provided by China Gold to the champion. 这个奖杯也再一次证明了王楚钦见证了他的成长。合影留念。 Let's welcome the distinguished guests to take a group photo with the finalists and the champion.
在不久前的成都团体赛的比赛当中呢，王楚钦虽然不敌张本智和，但是这场新乡世界杯的决赛啊，他是上演了非常完美的阻击。
现在有请女单冠亚军和颁奖嘉宾共同回到场上合影留念。Now let's welcome back the finalists and the champion of the women's singles and all the distinguished guests to take a group photo.
现在呢是男单、女单啊冠亚军重新是登上舞台来进行最后的合影留念。张本智和的表情是有点呆若木鸡啊，可能还是没有拿到冠军，心有不甘。
感谢颁奖嘉宾，接下来有请男单、女单冠亚军4名运动员合影留念。
现在到了最为激动的时刻啊，就是男单啊、女单冠亚军的合影留念。
现场的各位观众朋友们，让我们再一次为他们鼓掌喝彩。现在是由中国建设银行呈现的新乡 WTT 世界杯决赛2022男女冠军的专属时刻，让我们全场一起见证冠军荣耀。And now it's time to shine for your champions of the WTT Cup Finals 新乡2022 presented by China Construction Bank。让我们有请王楚钦、孙颖莎合影留念。有请2位冠军。
王楚钦啊，最后呢又是跟孙颖莎来合影留念。啊，两个人此前在澳门当中呢已经是合影过一张了。
感谢莎莎，接下来是男单冠军王楚钦的专属时刻，请尽情展示冠军奖杯。
Focus time for Wang Chuqin. Lionheart does it. He takes down Tomokazu Hashimoto.
其实我觉得提高了这种稳定性和持续性吧，我觉得能连续拿2战是自己也没有想到的。我觉得这一战冠军还是非常的开心，然后包括尤其还是在决赛对阵张本智和这样强劲的外协会选手，自己就世锦赛刚输过，我觉得能在这样的场地上，包括还有这样大家对我的这种期待，我觉得能赢下来，自己非常的开心。
今天其实你跟张本的争夺也是非常激烈，那你觉得这场比赛你能取胜的关键是什么？
其实我们的水平真的就是差不多，真的在伯仲之间。还是说在一些细节上，包括一些我觉得胆量方面吧，出手更硬了一些吧，我觉得在有些球上可能会给他造成一些压力。
其实回顾你整个赛季，除了这次的比赛，包括澳门、包括成都，还有之前在布达佩斯，你是否满意你整个赛季的表现呢？
我觉得人不可能十全十美吧，我觉得每一个人都会有不满意的地方，我觉得自己也有对自己不满意的地方，因为有输球就会有不满意，况且赢球的时候有可能也会不满意，所以说觉得在通过这些失败啊也好啊，教训也好啊，在这些当中你能不断的去摸爬滚打，然后快速的去成长，我觉得这是最重要的。
请问你下一步的计划是什么？
还是通过全国锦标赛这一个阶段去好好思考一下亚洲杯吧，我觉得那一个比赛也是非常关键的。